So the time is currently around 1 p.m. Usually around this time on Thursdays, I'll be stuck in my office at the 9 to 5, having commuted about 45 minutes to get to work, hated my life the entire time on the commute, getting into the office and thinking like, what the hell am I even doing here? At about 1 p.m., I would have been done with some cold calls. I would have been done with some emails. And the whole time I'm sending these emails and doing these horrible cold calls, I'm thinking like, there just has to be something more out there for me. And I know that eventually I want to be able to get my freedom to leave behind this life and be able to do exactly what I'm doing right now. Just be out in some nature, go on a little walk, exercise outside, set up my day the way I want to set it up, and make a lot of money in the process, right? I was never one that wanted to leave the 9 to 5 so I can go travel the world and explore the world and not even think about my life. That's such a stupid ideology, but anyways, I'm not going to get into that. My whole goal was to buy my freedom. Now, the title of this video is something like Sacrifice Your 20s or Take risks in your 20s or you'll regret it later on. And that's because if you don't make the necessary sacrifice when you're 21, 22, 23, you're setting yourself up for a life of mediocrity. Now, a little bit about my story. Went to college, got my bachelor's in marketing, graduated with how bad the job market is. The only job I was able to get was a sales job. So obviously I took it on, did the best that I could with what I was handed. But throughout the whole process, I was always thinking of ways that I would eventually be able to buy my freedom out of this prison, this jail that I was in, that not only trapped my body physically with being stuck in the office, but also mentally. There's no creativity in these jobs. You're given instructions and you have to apply what you're told and make it happen pretty much. So throughout the last 2 years, I've been constantly sacrificing my Fridays, my Saturdays, my Sundays, my weekend, sacrificing friendships, everything that needed to be sacrificed so that I can focus and lock in on my e-commerce business and eventually make it something that would be consistent. It wouldn't be just a one-off thing where I'd make like 2K in a day or 3K and then, never make any more money again, right? I wanted to build it up for it to become something consistent that would consistently generate revenue, actually be a legitimate business. Now, when you are in this stage of your life, right, you're in your early 20s, there's obviously going to be a bunch of distractions around you. There's going to be friends pulling you this way and that way. But the main thing I could say that helped me was I just remained locked in. I knew what my goal was, and I knew that it's either, have a little bit of enjoyment now, go out the weekends, do this, do that, and not go all in 100% and take that risk. I knew if I didn't do that, it would just end up leaving me in a position when I'm 31, 32, 34, just feeling stuck in mediocrity and regretful. The main emotion I always wanted to avoid during my life was regret. That's why I always wanted to make the big decisions myself, right? But I eventually built up my business to the point where I could leave the job. It's still a risk, right? I quit my job when I had just turned 24. It was about a month ago. And for many people around me, friends, family, your parents, they're all going to be like, why? Like, that's crazy. How can you just quit your job? But you're going to hear that a lot. And when you hear that, no, that's because that's their reality. They never imagined, they never knew it was possible to actually be in total control of your life to an extent, right? Everything's in God's hands at the end of the day, but to be able to control everything that you can control to that extent, it never was a reality. So when you get to the point where you've made enough sacrifice where now you can take the risk, the best thing I can tell you to do is take that risk. And this is something that I thought of a lot after leaving the job. And I just had this internal feeling of relief knowing that I made the right decision. And how I knew I made the right decision is because I sat there and I thought, when I'm 50 years old, what are the chances that I'm going to look back and say, damn, I really regret sacrificing like 2 to 3 years in my early 20s. And I really regret leaving that shitty job that I hated that paid $50K a year. Like, I knew that would never happen. I knew that was never a possibility. So that's when I realized, like, this right here is the right decision. Like, if we don't take the risks now, if we don't make the jump now, when are you going to take the risks? When are you going to make the sacrifices? When are you going to make the jump? When you're 40 years old, when now you have 2 kids that you're responsible for, you have a household that you're responsible for, your wife is like, what the hell are you doing? You can't just leave your job. We need food on the table at the end of the day. And then you'll find many people, once they get to that age and now they want to pursue their dreams, now they want to sacrifice to build a business, is just too difficult, right? Just because there's many things now that you're responsible for, many things that are out of your control. So the moral of this video is, and I know it's kind of been a little bit of a ramble, like all over the place, but I'm just out here, man, enjoying the nature, enjoying the trees, the breeze. I'm about to go back home, work on my business for a few hours, make more than I would ever make in like a week at my 9 to 5. And what I have to tell you is it's worth it. It's really going to be worth it. I wish someone told me, because it's kind of a dark time, right? When you're going all in, when you're all focused, it's a bit of a dark time, and you don't know if this is going to be worth it. You don't know if you're sacrificing this for no reason. But if you're in that position right now, I'm here to tell you it really is worth it, bro. It really is worth it. Put in all the work you can right now. Sacrifice every single day, because the sacrifice period is not going to be very long, but the enjoyment period is going to be long. Why? You'll sacrifice 3 to 4 years from when you're 20 to when you're 24, when you're 21 to like 25. Sacrifice that, and then you will live the rest of your 20s, 30s for the rest of your life with complete freedom. Who would not take that? Who would not take that offer? I feel like anyone would. So, man, looking back on it, I used to be someone at different points in time that I would try to convince myself, like, you know what, working at 9 to 5 isn't all that bad. Like, you know, I get to go on a vacation every few months. Like, it's okay to not enjoy your job. Like, we started to get fed this idea of it's okay to not enjoy your job, but the reality is, no, you need to enjoy what you do. For a matter of time, it's okay to not enjoy what you do, so you can, you know, you got to stay down until you come up so you can eventually do what you enjoy. But in the great scheme of things, you're not supposed to do something for 10, 20, 15 years that you don't like just because it pays the bill. Because when you think about it, you spend the majority of your adult life, not with your friends, not with your family, not with your kids. You spend it in your job, 8 hours a day, every single day, Monday through Friday. And when I started to think about that, and when I thought about the idea that, damn, it's like, I'm not supposed to live my life dreading Mondays. I'm not supposed to live my life just being super excited for Fridays, like that's the greatest day ever, and I can finally live on 2 days. Every 7-week period, I have 2 days to enjoy. Like, every single day, I want to be challenged. I want to do what I love, and I want to work at it. I was never one who wanted to leave the 9 to 5 so I can be a lazy bum and sit on my ass all day and collect unemployment like many people do, right? You'll see all those people that are like, I quit my 9 to 5 and now I travel the world. Well, you fucking idiot. If you don't have a way to continuously make money, you're gonna eventually, your little travel the world fund is gonna run out, and you're gonna be faced with reality, and you're gonna go work a shit job. Or the people who are like, I've enjoyed my life so much better now with my barista job, and I only have to work this many hours a week. And then 2 years later, you'll see them complain about how low the barista salary is and how it doesn't let you actually enjoy your life how you want it to, and you have to work a second job and those kinds of things. So listen, no excuses, don't try to sugarcoat reality. The reality is you need to find a way to be able to make income every single day that's not tied to sitting in a chair in your office getting paid $25, $26 an hour. You need to be able to find that way, and then once you find it, you're going to be able to leave your 9 to 5 and really live the life that you want to live. For me, I did that through e-com. You can do it many different ways, through content, through TikTok, through agents, whatever. There's so many great business models out there. For me, it was e-com that allowed me to do that. And it was a long process. It wasn't an overnight success. I didn't start e-com and make $1 million after a week. Then it happened after a month. You know, it's something that is going to take a very, very long time. But a long time, I mean, is 2 to 3 years of sacrifice really a long time? I don't think so. I think the internet and these new ways of making money have really sped up the process to now people think like 2 to 3 years to grow your e-com is like something that's so long and difficult. But in reality, it's not. Like, these big, huge corporations that you see today, they took 40, 50, 60, 100 years to build up. So that's the moral of the story. Take risks in your 20s, make sacrifices in your 20s, or you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Thank you for watching this video. I don't even know how it came out because there was a lot of wind at different times. So I hope you watched it through all the wind and everything. If you want one-on-one coaching on TikTok Shop for e-commerce, we'll find my coaching link down below. You'll also find my one-on-one consultation link down below. If you want to see what I do with my business, I've posted literally what my TikTok Shop is many times in previous posts. So you can see that I'm actually real about what I say. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna go look at the water a little more, meditate a little more, be grateful to God for giving me my health and the opportunity to be able to do this instead of being stuck in that shitty little office dungeon. And I will see you in the next video. I'm out.